Well, just a few minutes after this heartbreaking news broke about these shootings in Minnesota, President Trump, who, of course, himself survived 2 assassination attempts, including one just last year that was a shooting assassination attempt, he put out a statement condemning these shootings and also listing federal resources that he's giving to Minnesota to try to make sure that they can track down this suspect. I want to read to you part of the statement that President Trump put out. He said, "I've been briefed on the terrible shooting that took place in Minnesota, which appears to be a targeted attack against state lawmakers. Our Attorney General Pam Bondi and the FBI are investigating the situation, and they will be prosecuting anyone involved to the fullest extent of the law." I also want to read to you part of Attorney General Pam Bondi's statement. She was echoing that, saying the FBI is on the ground investigating this case alongside state and local partners. This horrific violence will not be tolerated. So there you have the Trump administration saying that they're doing all they can to help Minnesota catch this suspect and also prevent any more shootings. You've also heard from the former President Joe Biden saying that political violence like this just should not be happening in America. And of course, all of this is happening as the president is also busy this afternoon with a number of other things. I was just talking to a White House official who told me that the president was monitoring the situation in Minnesota while also monitoring the escalation in violence in the Middle East between Iran and Israel. He also had a 1-hour call between President Putin, the president of Russia, and President Trump. And of course, he's preparing in the next 4 hours here. He'll be leaving the White House to go to that parade. It's commemorating the 250th anniversary of the Army, as well as his 79th birthday is also falling on that same day. It's also Flag Day. So the president wanted a parade. He's been saying this for several years, that he wanted to really showcase the might of America. This parade is estimated to cost $45 million, including in that price tag is $16 million to repair the streets of Washington, D.C. that frankly are just not made for the sort of tanks and military vehicles that we're going to see today. We're also going to see something like 7,000 marching soldiers, as well as army bands. But there is a lot of pushback to this, and especially because of that price tag. So we've seen protests, but the president said the show is going to go on. Jose?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.